معرفة.
I think this has been over exaggerated. We need both. We need what these people are calling debt-based finance, and we need also equity-based finance. It is not true that Islamic finance has been majorly driven by debt-based finance. These people are only looking at commercial retail banks, Islamic commercial retail banks and windows. However, if they broaden their perspective and look into Islamic investment banks, like for example in my country, in Bahrain, we have 6 or 7 commercial retail banks. However, we have about 30 Islamic investment banks. Now Islamic investment banks, most of what they do is direct equity. It's venture capital. It's going into buying projects and buying properties and developing and so on and so forth. So it is not true, because they have been narrow-minded. They didn't widen there. Now the retail banks, retail Islamic banks, there is a reason why most of their finance is what they call debt-based. It is because, first of all, regulations, capital adequacy ratios on the banks, because they accept deposits from public, so they have to be very careful. They cannot take the deposit from the public and go gamble with it in markets, and put it in risky business. And plus, these are most of them are on demand, like either current accounts or they are saving accounts, most of them, where people can withdraw. So there will be mismatch if you put it in long-term projects and so on. So there are lots of constraints and restrictions on commercial banks, and the regulators are justified to do that, because these are public people's money. If something happens, they have to step in and bail them out, like what happened in US and other places. So this is the reason, and I don't think that it is healthy to turn Islamic commercial retail banks into venture capital banks and into agriculture banks and into industrial banks. These need specialized banks, which we are getting now, we are having now. Yes, they can take some of their investments to a certain level and put it in such investments. However, the constraint on the retail bank is much more it's very difficult for them to go to the level of these theorists or some economists, our brothers, who just
معرفة.